Baby, Beyonce lit the stage and the internet on fire, literally. And the Bayhive, not all of them are buzzing in a good way. Let's get into it. So, Queen Bey officially kicked off her Cowboy Carter Tour last night in LA, and like clockwork, sis delivered a show. Say what you want, but Beyonce is going to give you lighting, vocals, staging, drama, choreography, and more wind machines than a Beyonce album rollout. But this time, she might have pushed it a little too far for some fans. There's a scene in her performance where Beyonce is perched on a piano, looking like the sultry southern diva she is, smoking a cigarette. And then, she casually flicks the cigarette and sets the entire piano on fire. Yeah, you heard that right. Now look, some fans were gagged in a good way. They saw it as high art, high drama, a cowboy western fever dream with fire, smoke, and slow-mo seduction. But others were not feeling it at all. In fact, a chunk of the internet was dragging her, and baby, the criticism was spicy. One person tweeted, "She's over." Another added, "She's finally lost it." Another stated, "Nothing impressive." And baby, this one was harsh. "For a sec, I thought it was Wendy Williams." Now, listen, Beyonce has always been known for going big. This ain't new. She's flipped chairs, flew across stadiums, danced in heels while pregnant with twins, and made Coachella feel like a historical black college homecoming. But apparently for some folks, the smoking and fire stunt crossed the line. And I get it. It was a lot. Beyonce lighting a piano on fire while dramatically exhaling cigarette smoke is a moment. But here's the thing. This is theater. It's showbiz. And Beyonce is an artist who's always going to do things her way. The internet, though, divided. Some fans were defending her, saying, "People that say she's overrated just really want to say stuff to get attention, like they want to lie just to get views." Others said, "The Beyonce hate is so forced," but others weren't letting up, still pushing the "she's trying too hard" narrative. It's giving ageism low-key. Let's be real, Beyonce is 42, and if this same exact stunt were done by a 20-something pop star, we'd probably be seeing legendary trending instead of retire. And the "trying too hard to stay relevant" comment? Babe, Beyonce is the relevance. She's been running the music game for decades and still sells out stadiums like she's fresh off her debut album. She's not chasing trends, she creates them. But here's what I will say. Sometimes when artists reach icon status, everything they do gets magnified. The good, the bad, and the girl, what was that? And this moment right here might have fallen into that last category for some folks. Now y'all know how Beyonce fans get. The Hive was ready with receipts and shade. One fan clapped back, "She is the greatest. She earned it." After watching this show, I'm proud I became a fan as a little girl. Another said, "She's running laps around all the people they like to compare her to." Another said, "Beyonce is the greatest of all time, period." So, what do I think? I think Beyonce is just being Beyonce. Extra? Yes. Over the top? Absolutely. That's what we pay her for. If she came out and just stood on stage with a mic, y'all would say she was boring and washed. If she dances and lights stuff on fire, she's trying too hard. Like, which is it? But now I want to hear from y'all. Do you think Beyonce went too far with the fire stunt? Was the cigarette and piano situation doing the most? Or is she just out here giving performance art and the haters can't take? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this topic is hot. That's all the tea for now. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to share this video with someone who's been arguing about this stunt all day. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.
I'm back home from Cowboy Carter. First of all, I got the shirt. Second of all, it was incredible. It was amazing. It was so good. The music, the visuals, the costumes, the outfits, the choreography, the dancing, Blue Ivy. It was so good. Like, it was honestly the best concert I've been to. And I've been to like 4 Beyonce concerts. This one was the best one. The best one. It was unreal. It was unreal.
I know it's late, but somebody up. Let's talk about night one of Beyonce's Cowboy Carter Tour. Now, I love Beyonce down, okay? One of my favorite artists ever and one of my personal biggest inspirations as an artist, but I'm also gonna be really, really honest about my thoughts. I think first and foremost, I'm really surprised by the length of it, right? The breadth of it. And towards the end, I started getting a little worried, like, is Goodbye Hive correct? Like, is she saying goodbye to us for real? Like, only time will tell, but like, I definitely teared up. She's earned it, right? She's more than earned it. She's literally given her life to the public, but it makes me very, very sad. Really enjoyed the first act of the show, the Cowboy Carter act, especially because it was giving rock star Beyonce. I didn't actually feel like it was super country. Like, she leaned more into like 70s hard rock, like real rock stars, like Rolling Stone, Sly Stone, like all that kind of stuff. That's what she leaned into, and I really liked that. Here's my thought, right? So you know how Blue Ivy did that amazing choreography, her iconic Mother's choreography for what, Deja Vu? I think that Beyonce did that to pass the torch and essentially be like, this is Beyonce Jr., right? I think she did it for that reason, but I also think, my hypothesis is that she might be having some knee problems, and I think that that was another way to satisfy her audience without re-injuring herself. Because I noticed that there was a big moment in the retrospective where she kind of showed more gory images from her surgery and her knee. That means that it's a pivotal moment. It's something crucial. It's something that's really been affecting her. And she also didn't dance as much during this show from what I saw. I also saw a lot of mobility aids, right? Like, her dancers were physically picking her up in some places. Her dancers picked up her chair. There were like 3 different flying vehicles through the air, right? Right? I also feel very vindicated in my feelings that she cut Renaissance too short, because it feels like she knows she cut the Renaissance era too short. Otherwise, she wouldn't have put so much of Renaissance in the show. I honestly didn't expect as much of Renaissance to be in the show as it was. And the reaction from the crowd, like, I wasn't there physically, but you could hear it on the live stream. The crowd went so incredibly bananas. I think that Beyonce, honestly, I think she cut the Renaissance tour short because of her knee. Like, I think it was because of, you know, she wanted to get to Cowboy Carter and all of that kind of stuff, right? But I really think that her knee has maybe hampered things more than she'd like to admit or is publicly comfortable with sharing. That's just me. That's my hypothesis. And like, we can't deny the momentum that Renaissance had in 2021, 2022. It was crazy. Everything was silver, right? All the designers went from, I think they were trying to force lavender or like creamy blue to be the color of the year, and it went to silver only because of Beyonce's Renaissance. They were writing articles about how much she was stimulating the economy because the tour was selling so well. So yeah, I wonder what the future holds. I hope and pray that this isn't her retirement, but I understand if it is. And also, I get why she's not dropping the visuals. I understand from a business perspective, but it makes me so sad seeing all of these like really beautiful visuals and knowing that we can only experience them either through a live stream or like physically being there. Can't wait to see how the tour evolves.